I'm here with Maurice Carter from Riverbend Condominium, and you are on the Finance Committee. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of a reserve study for condominium associations?
We really believe reserve studies are essential. We do one every 5 years. Some do them more frequently. Some, unfortunately, don't do them, so they really don't have a good handle on what their property's value is. We've seen some cases where condos say, yes, we're full funding, and when they go to do a reserve study, they find out we haven't been full funding for 10 years or so because we don't know the value of the property. So it's extremely important to do it. It's important for the finance people at the association to understand it and to be able to apply it when they're doing the annual budget process. You need to be prepared to bring in a company that some combination of finance capability as well as engineering capability. The cost of that's going to be a function of the size of the complex. I would say probably the minimum value for the smaller condos is going to be 3,000 or something like that, and depending on how large it is, it can go up from there. So you need a budget for the reserve process, and I would do that just like I would any other profession that I was hiring. The best thing you can do is to get experience and then local experience. So get references, phone numbers of people that you can talk to, and vet those people of how they interfaced with the company. And it's always good if they've done 2 studies for a particular property, because that gives you some time perspective to their capabilities. And then the individuals that are going to be assigned to you to do the work, depending on the size of the company. It may only be one person, but it may be a larger company.
Why 1 year versus 5 years? Where's the sweet spot?
To me, the sweet spot's 5 years. Some people don't do it every 5 years. We used to have a provision in 718 that required it every 5 years, but it was short-lived, and I don't know why. To me, that's a sweet spot. Doing it every year, I think personally, I think it's overkill. You should have enough people within your association who have a basic understanding and can update year 1 to year 2 without going out for another study. Your facility is not going to change that much.
Philosophy of we're going to be fully funded or we're going to be partially funded. How do you guys make that decision? What is your personal preference, and what do you see other associations doing?
Well, the law, of course, requires you to be fully funded. And if you're not going to fully fund, then you've got to go to the membership and ask for permission to adopt a budget that's not fully funded. We never fully fund. We fund at a fairly high level, somewhere around 50%. And for the longer term items, given the value of money, for the longer term items, I, as an individual, if I'm a responsible individual, can make more money on my money than the association can, because it has to do extremely safe investments of the membership's money. So we review it every year, and remember that your reserve analysis is only good for 1 year. It's going to change every year. So we review it every year and contribute so that we can meet a reasonable expectation for the following year. The big issue is having a good understanding of what your property is worth. And I'm not sure there are very many associations out there that can do that on their own. They may have certain native capability in the membership, which is great, but you're better off having the good business rule judgment of having outside help and professional advice on what you're doing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Maurice.
Thanks.